comes to landing and like really stressing the importance of it, I always like to use the pilot analogy, okay? So if you were a pilot, you would never just know how to fly an airplane but not be able to land it, right? Because that would pretty much be like a death trap, okay? Same thing goes with jumping, same thing goes with anything explosive, okay? You have to be able to absorb force, and that's just as important as producing it, okay? So with the depth drop, you're gonna almost start off 1 foot in front of the other, and you can do this off of like a love seat, off of a chair, off of anything elevated that's stable. Start with 1 foot, kind of falling off, you're gonna hop off, come down, sticking that landing under control, okay? A couple things to make sure. 1, we're landing in an athletic position, and 2, making sure that those knees aren't. Our upper body strength work, we're gonna really attack and strengthen the scaps, okay? And working more in a 3-dimensional fashion. So, first one, we're going back to that prone Y, okay? We're going back to that prone Y. Back up so you guys can see me. Starting off arms overhead, a little out to the side, like the Y and the YMCA. Lifting strictly from the shoulder blades, coming up, next to those shoulder blades, holding for a couple seconds, come back down. Now, we're gonna go directly out to our side. Thumbs up towards the ceiling, lifting the chest up ever so slightly as we lift from the shoulder blades. Hold for a few seconds, come back down. That is the T, okay? Now we're gonna perform a W, okay? So, all I want the elbows and the shoulders pretty much to stay in a straight line. And then our hands and our elbows also are forming pretty much a straight line. From here, you're gonna lift from your shoulder blades, hold for a few seconds. So we got a Y, a T, and pretty much a W, okay? Body strength work, we are going to progress from that double leg glute bridge to making it a more unilateral or single leg based exercise, okay? And this is really good for preventing any sort of imbalances we may have from our right to left leg. So we're gonna start off on our back, lower back stays firmly planted on the ground, kind of bringing both heels towards your butt. From here, you are going to lift. In this case, I'm gonna lift my left leg straight out. I'm gonna drive through my right heel, bridge up, hold for a few seconds, make sure we're clenching that butt cheek, keeping those abs nice and tight, come back down, bridge up, hold for a few seconds, come back down. Now, our core work for today is going to obviously stress core strength, but also a lot of shoulder stability. So it's gonna be kind of a 2-for-1 right here, okay? So we're gonna form a push-up position, but we're gonna give ourselves a little bit wider of a base, okay? So spread your feet out a little bit because we're gonna need it. From here, I'm going to bring my right hand to my left shoulder, always doing opposite hand, opposite shoulder. We're gonna touch, hold for a few seconds, come back down. Touch, hold for a few seconds, come back down. The goal here is to minimize the amount of movement we have from everything other than our hands. So I don't want to just be moving as fast as I can and get all that rotation. This is a strict movement working on core. For our mobility and our flexibility, today we're really going to target the hip rotators, okay? So we're going to be working external rotation as well as internal rotation. Both very important functions of the hip, okay? Obviously, generally when we think of hip, we think of flexion as well as extension, but we need to be able to move our hip 3-dimensionally, okay? So the first one, we're going to be targeting external rotation. You guys can do this pretty much in any chair, any, I guess couch, any love seat, anything that allows you to be seated, all right? So we're gonna start off. You wanna make sure that kind of like our hip is roughly at a 90-degree angle. That would really help out. So I'm gonna start off left foot down, bring my right ankle right on top of my left knee. From here, we're gonna stay nice and tall. I'm gonna gradually apply some pressure onto my right knee, kind of pushing it down and you should really start to feel a stretch in that right hip. And we're gonna gradually push, stay nice and relaxed, doing that for anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, okay? Then what we're gonna do, if we're still targeting that right hip, if we wanna work internal rotation of the hip, I'm gonna bring my right foot, I'm gonna keep that down, I'm gonna place my left ankle over my right knee. From here, I'm going to gradually apply pressure with that left ankle and let that knee start to cave in, okay? You're gonna start to feel that stretch again in that right hip, but this time you're gonna be feeling it in a slightly different area. Those are our hip internal rotators. Again, you're gradually applying pressure with that left foot to bring that hip into internal rotation. Let's make sure we get both sides, all right? Anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes if we're really tight.